Hey YouTube, this is the Robinhood Investor. Hope you had a great week of trading. As always, I really appreciate your support, so if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you want to learn about investing, subscribe to this channel. Today I'm going to talk about my Robinhood portfolio. Currently I'm at $187,525, cash position of $14,452. Most of my portfolio is in US equities, and the market has been rallying since the end of last year. And since the market is a pendulum that swings between unsustainable optimism, which makes stocks too expensive, and unjustified pessimism, which makes them too cheap, I'm very cautious on how I enter new positions since optimism is extremely high. Scrolling down a bit, now for cryptocurrency, all the way at the bottom, currently have one Ethereum, and I'm still holding and not selling my position in Ethereum. I have more in my Coinbase account. It's an extremely volatile asset and it's very speculative, so I'm not buying more, and I'm just going to continue holding. Going back to my stocks. So starting with VOO, my largest position, Vanguard S&P 500 ETF. It tracks the index, the 500 largest US companies. It's a very low expense ratio and very high liquidity, so it's easy to get in and out of this position. Next is VGT, Vanguard Information Technology ETF, which tracks the technology sector. It's also very low expense ratio considering relative to its competitors, and it's also a very efficient way to get exposed to the technology sector. Next is Schwab Large Cap ETF, very similar to VOO. SPY, it's S&P 500 Spider ETF. This is also very similar to VOO and SCHX. I'm probably going to liquidate some of my SPY positions just because I already have a lot of exposure to the index funds, and I want to get more exposure to individual stocks. Next is Apple. It's a consumer electronics company, and their primary revenue source is iPhones. It's a very good dividend play. Warren Buffett bought a huge stake in Apple and continues to add to its position. And recently, they're continuing to grow their services business, and it's trending upwards in terms of that product category. So I see Apple being a good long-term play. Next is Alibaba, which is an e-commerce company. It's the largest retailer in terms of total sales. There's no dividends, and this is my exposure to the Chinese market. Next is Microsoft, ticker symbol MSFT. It's an enterprise and consumer business solutions company. Some of the products include Windows operating system, Microsoft Office Suite, the cloud computing Azure, and it's a very good dividend play and continues to be one of the largest companies in the world. Next is Visa, which is a payment processing solution company. It's dominant in the rest of the world outside of China with 50% market share of global payments minus China. It also pays dividends. Next is Amazon. It's an e-commerce and cloud computing company. It's the largest internet retailer in the world. And recently Warren Buffett announced that Berkshire has been adding positions in Amazon. I don't think Warren himself bought Amazon shares, but some of the people who report to him bought Amazon in the Berkshire portfolio. Next is Alphabet, which is the parent company of Google, which dominates the online advertisement space. Some of the products include the Google search engine, it's Google Chrome web browser, YouTube, and recently it took a significant dip from the earnings report. As you can see here, it went from 1,296 to 1,189. That's about like a 6% dip. So ticker symbol GOOGL is Class A shares, which has voting rights, and ticker symbol GOOG does not have voting rights, and also took a significant dip as well. Next is Boeing, which is in the aerospace and defense industry. It's the largest global aircraft manufacturer and one of the largest defense contractors in the world based on revenue. It's a very good dividend play. Recently, it took a dip due to the recent news of the two Boeing 787 MAX models. So it went from 440 all the way down to 376. Next is NVIDIA, which is a GPU maker. They make GPUs for gaming, cars, mobile computing, and they're also in the data center business. And as you can see, it dipped significantly since early October, went from 286, and now it's at 183. I think it's a good long-term play. Next is Johnson & Johnson, which is, their services include medical devices, pharmaceutical, and consumer goods. Its well-known consumer products include Band-Aid, Tylenol, Johnson baby products, and Neutrogena skin products. It's a very good dividend play. I think it's good for the long term. And it took a dip around mid-December from 147 all the way down to 126, but it's been trending upwards since. Next is McDonald's, which is the world's largest restaurant chain by revenue. And it's a very good dividend play. Next is United Health, which is doing well providing healthcare products and insurance services. It recently took a dip since early December, just because there might be some changes in policies. That's what's causing it to trend downwards since early December. I think it's still a good long-term dividend play. Next is Tencent, which provides internet-related services and products, entertainment, and artificial intelligence in China and globally. This is another Chinese stock that I have in the portfolio. 3M, which is a conglomerate company that makes a wide variety of products, which includes adhesives, protective equipment, medical and dental products, electronic materials, car care products, and so on. And I think that's a good dividend play. Recently, it took a dip after earnings. So as you can see, let me see right here. April 24th, went from 219 to 185. I think it's still a good long-term dividend play. It's a dividend aristocrat. Home Depot, it's in the home improvement space. I think it's a good dividend stock. Next is Berkshire Hathaway, which is a holding company led by Warren Buffett. It wholly owns Geico, Dairy Queen, Fruit of the Loom, and partially owns Kraft Heinz, American Express, Wells Fargo, Coca-Cola, Bank of America, and Apple, and soon Amazon. I think this is a good long-term play. Next is Facebook, which is the parent company of Instagram, WhatsApp, and Oculus Virtual Reality. This has been appreciating in value ever since end of December. Next is PayPal, which facilitates online payments and money transfers. Its subsidiaries include Venmo and Braintree. This company continues to acquire customers and continues to grow that customer base. I think it's a good long-term growth stock. AT&T, which is one of the world's largest telecom company. It's the second largest provider of mobile telephone services and largest provider of fixed telephone services in the market. It's a really good dividend play, and it's also a parent company of the mass media conglomerate Warner Media, making it the world's largest media and entertainment company in terms of revenue. Next is Costco, which operates in membership warehouses, selling a wide variety of products. I think it's a good long-term dividend play. Next is our energy, which is in the utility sector, provides electricity and other energy sources to consumers. I think it's a good long-term dividend stock in the utility sector. PepsiCo, which provides food, beverage, and snacks. I like PepsiCo over Coca-Cola just because it's more diversified in the products they provide. Next is Baozun, which is the Shopify of China. It provides e-commerce solutions and services. There's a lot of recognized brands in the US market that use Baozun to make a presence in China in terms of their e-commerce space. Some of them include Nike, Microsoft, Honda, Panasonic, Starbucks, just to name a few companies. Next is Baidu, which provides internet-related services and products and artificial intelligence like the Google of China. I think this is another good long-term hold in addition to Alibaba and Tencent. Next is Activision Blizzard, which is the largest gaming company and makes games like Call of Duty, Destiny, Overwatch, Warcraft, and StarCraft. I think it's a good long-term play, especially when esports continues to grow and the market continues to have more competitors like Google and Apple, as well as Amazon. So as more and more players in the space, I'm going to continue to watch Activision Blizzard. Next is Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturer, which is one of the largest semiconductor manufacturing companies in the world. iQIYI, which is an online video platform similar to Netflix that caters to the Chinese market. And last but not least, Constellation Brands, which produces beer, wine, and spirits. It's the largest beer import company by sales and has many brands in its portfolio. And it also has a pretty sizable stake in the canopy growth, which is in the cannabis industry. So hopefully they can infuse cannabis in their drinks. Oh wait, there's one more stock, NetEase, which is the Chinese technology company. And they develop Chinese online PC and mobile games, advertising services, communication services, and e-commerce platforms. The next couple ones are ETFs from Vanguard. So Vanguard Consumer Discretionary, Vanguard Healthcare ETF, Vanguard Industrials ETF, iShares Core S&P 500 ETF, and Vanguard Mega Cap Value ETF. I'm going to go back and just slowly scroll through so you can see all the stocks. So overall, the market has been very strong and continues to grow. I want to continue to build up my cash position. And when I see opportunities to buy, then I will buy. So that's all in my Robinhood portfolio. As I mentioned, I plan to continue holding these stocks and ETFs and continue to buy more stocks, preferably a good balance between dividend paying stocks and growth stocks. I also plan on increasing my cash position. It's currently at $14,452, but I plan to get this to $20,000, maybe even $30,000, so I can easily buy when there's opportunities to buy. That's all for this video. What moves are you making in your portfolio? Comment down below. Remember to use my referral links below, and both of us get $20 for using personal capital or a free stock for using Robinhood. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you want to learn more about investing, subscribe to this channel. See you in the next video.